please forgive me. I'm one of them people who removes the guards on their machines. Well, I only do it if the guard itself is absolutely useless. Now, unfortunately, many tool manufacturers, machine manufacturers are, well, to blame. They make it almost impossible to operate machines safely with the guard, which just seems to go against the whole point of having a guard in the first place. They're either poorly thought out or they're too flippin' flimsy. Now, this machine here is no exception. Now, this machine is actually a Chinese import, but it seems to be quite a generic pattern. There's loads of machines that look absolutely identical to this, such as some of the Axminster machines in the UK. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a capable machine, but the guard system on it, it just didn't work. Now, the thing is, you see, I can't find it now because I've tucked it away somewhere, so it's around here somewhere, I don't know where it is. Now, the thing about this particular guard system, it bolts in here and effectively just goes up and down. But if you're doing edge jointing, you've got to actually bring the guard over, which you're exposing the cut block anyway, so what's the point? All I do, if I'm doing edging, I tend to use one edge of the actual cut block itself. So I'd bring the fence over, just expose what I need, like so. So there's less cutter block exposed. Now, the thing is, you see, when you've got people like me who removes the guards and then loses them, and then decide they don't want the machine anymore, maybe they bought a machine with a good guard on it. Maybe. And then they sell this machine without the guard. Somebody buys it. Because, you know, maybe the price is good and they don't mind it hasn't got a guard on it. Well, obviously they need to take extra precautions to make sure that they don't take their fingers off. Just like I have done, you know. Not take my fingers off, because you see I've got all my digits before anyone says anything. You'll lose your digits. I know, never say never. But you see, there are certain things you should do when operating a jointer or a surfacer like this one, if you have no guard. One thing is you don't touch the spinny thing. The spinny sharp thing, don't touch it, no, because it hurts, okay? Also, make sure you've got safety specs on. Yeah, actually I haven't. These are ready specs, they're just reading glasses. So I'm just going to grab my safety specs, my Visionets, these ones, which are very focals. I'm lucky that my eyes are equal, thankfully. I haven't tested regularly, but I haven't actually had my glasses yet, because they're the same. So, the thing is what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how I pass the wood over the actual surfaces. So I keep my hands and fingers out of the way. The problem is, you see, you get lapses of concentration, and that's when you make silly mistakes. Now, if you've got a piece of wood like this, and you're going to edge joint it across your surfacer, or in this case, I'm going to chamfer, put an angle, a bevel, on the edge of the board. I don't hold the wood like this and push it through like that. No. I see so many people do that, okay, or against the fence like that. No. Because I've got dangly fingers. Don't do it. I clench the fist, okay? The fist. Clench the fist. And just have those two little fingers there, all right? Just like that, all right? You nip it, all right? That's what I do, anyway. I'm not saying that's what you should do. I'm saying, you know, that's what I do. And I've still got my digits, so make your own mind up. So the thing is, you see, a lot of people go buy these machines and they ain't going to have the guards, or the guards are broken, or they've got a really cheap, but, you know, not everyone can afford new machines. I can't afford new machines. These machines I've had for a long time. I can't go out there and spend a load of money because I haven't got it. So that's just how it is. So I'll carry on using what I got. Right? Thumb and forefinger like so. Not like that, like so. And you pinch the corner. You pinch it like that. Clenching the fist so your fingers aren't dangling. And then you can pass it through, push pad with the other hand, against the fence and against the cutter block. So you're forcing at an angle. Gentle force, obviously. Now you have to ask yourself, have I took enough off? Oh, crikey, if you took a little tiny bit off there, it's hardly anything. So you might want to adjust the actual depth of cut. At each process, and every time you return to the machine, you must do the same thing. Don't get carried away. I just watch these clips online, and people just like they're tear ass and hurry, passing wood through the saw, or through the plane, through the thicknesser. That's what's carelessness, and it's carelessness is what's going to hurt you. It's not whether or not you've got a guard on there. 9 times out of 10, the guard could do nothing. There will be a gap somewhere for your fingers to go in. You know, you're cutting your piece of wood, you're planing your piece of wood, you can still plane your flipping fingers, you can still pass your fingers through it. The only thing the guards will actually do is prevent things being thrown at you. That's it. Your fingers will still end up in the saw. The only way you can prevent your fingers being cut off is maybe have one of them saw sensing technologies, such as a saw stop saw, where the blade will throw itself into the bottom of the saw. So I've just reduced the height of the rear table to expose more cutter block. The cutter block is in line with the outfeed table, so there's no snipe. If you're wondering how you get snipe, that's exactly how you get it. And then we're going to pass it through again. Do exactly the same thing. Pinch it there. No dangly fingers. Push block. Like so. Now this push block, I've shown you this before if you watch the other videos, it's got screws in it, alright? Now if you're just doing this type of joinery, obviously not if you're doing fine work, you're not going to want, you'd want to retract the screws. But I've got these little screws poking through, just a little bit, just the points, and that helps grip the wood. Now considering these just for shutters, it doesn't matter. Pinch, fence, pressure. Hands clenched, hands clenched. There you go. Happy with that? So just put a chamfer on the end there, or a bevel, and pass it over at sort of reasonable speed. So I've got a reasonable, reasonably smooth finish, and it works. And I've still got my digits. You see, all right. So for me, it's a golden rule. You never ever have your fingers dangling while operating a surfacer or a jointer. Now the guard systems on jointers are way more superior than what's on these over and under the machines. Now the over and under machines, like I said, it fixes onto this part of the actual 8-feet table, and it's like a swing arm thing, goes up and down, and then you have a sliding guard on the top, but it just gets in the way, and that's when accidents happen. Seriously, that's what I think. You've got to make your own mind up on this, obviously. End of the day, you're responsible for yourself. I'm not responsible for your health and safety, no. So the jointer plane has a swing guard, which makes so much more sense. It's an old idea, it's been about, but they still use it. They still use that method on jointers. And it's the perfect solution. I don't understand why they don't do it on the surfacer. I think it might have something to do with the tables having to be flipped up and stuff like that. That's very hard to have an arrangement with a swing guard on it with these flip-up tables. Maybe that's why. So they've got this other stupid arrangement that doesn't work. It's a terrible idea. It really is. See, the other thing about it is these things. When the cutter block is covered, I'll do another video, I'll find the guard, I'll do another video and explain. When the cover block is covered, you're trying to pass the wood under the cover block. Makes no blooming sense at all. Remember though, you see, the wood is actually your guard, you see. It really is. Because obviously it'd be over the top of your actual cutter block. So providing you reduce the amount of cutter block exposed, the cutter block is going to be covered anyway. Where you've got to be careful of is at the end. When you leave the cutter block, which is where you would get snipe, and that can also cause problems because all of a sudden the back end can go down and effectively nip you into your fingers if you're dangling your fingers, which you shouldn't be. And you get the nasty snipes. You must make sure your tables are set up correctly as well. There are videos on this channel on how to do that. Anyway, it's time for me to go, but please boop the old like button, Toodaloo.